G'day guys, welcome to Mailbag Preview for Caulfield. We're back to Caulfield. Walshy, my man, how are you?
Very well, thank you.
Big Druzy.
How we doing, boys? Fresh, very fresh since your Perth trip.
Oh, feeling fantastic. Really excited about Saturday's card though. I think the track will play pretty evenly. Walshy?
Rails out. I always lean to a little bit of... Look, horses on speed.
Yeah, as a rule, it's generally advanced.
And it actually doesn't matter where they are. Horses on speed are generally suited, but
yeah.
I've had a look at the form and there's a slight advantage for the on pace. If we got the wind readings, that's what the...
it's light northerly at the moment.
Yeah,
25 to 30 kilometres maximum is what they're saying, and more in the morning, so it could change now and then.
I'm not worried about it yet.
Yeah, 7 metres. I wouldn't want to be on right out the back, but midfield and on pace mapped horses would be the ones I will be going with.
Alright, let's kick straight into it, Drew.
Race 1, 1200 metres, open handicap. You have Trilly, the $2.80 favourite. Sorry boys, just pulling up the markets now.
Trilly 280, Ruben Blue 550, Tony Nakoni 6s, Bricktop 850, Eugene's Forest 850, longer the rest. Walshy, what are you doing?
Oh look, this is just, it's a 2-year-old race. Obviously not the best 2-year-olds because they've come out this late in the season. I did the form prior to the markets coming out, looking at the markets. I come up with 6 and 8 and a rough chance to 5. Actually, so sorry, I know you don't like the numbers. I had Trilly well in my numbers. Ruben Blur probably comes out of the best form race with the August and the other horse of Hazes that won last start at Flemington, but it's not really a betting proposition for me. If there was a big move for Ruwala, Colin Scott, I'd probably go with that. Like if it was 20s into 15s or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he's quite... I don't know the bloke, but it seems to be able to place the horses to get a win sometimes when they're backed. But it's not really a betting proposition, and without knowing the track pattern for mine.
I think it's a pretty interesting race. Trilly drifted heavily at Sandown. It's a really nice form line that it comes from. It's that Cavallani or Cavallano form, stood up at Mornington, but it drifted, so I'm a bit scared of it now at 280. Beers with Clint ties into the same form line, was the second fastest last 800 of the day there at Mornington, but it's still pretty slow.
They ran quick at Sandown. They ran 50,
they ran like
56.
Trilly's gone enormous at Sandown.
Yeah.
And so I'm interested in the McDonald run up the top, Beers with Clint. But then number 10, La Belva, another McDonald horse.
It's got Oliver.
D. Oliver's on, first starter. So right now I'd be 8 Trilly from 6, Raven Blue. With Craig on, let's hope he tries to get the thing out of the gates fairly and doesn't zig and zag, but...
He's running for the premiership, isn't he?
You wouldn't know if you watched him ride the second last Ceremony Valley yesterday. Don't think there's a lot of intent there. Number 2, Bricktop. Its times are okay. And number 1, Beers with Clint, but it's not a race I want to bet yet. I want to see what the market sort of does, especially sort of from 10 to 11 on Saturday.
Yeah, and they haven't done much yet. The only things they've really come for is Eugene's Forest and Beers with Clint.
If they come for the 10 La Belva, I'd be quite scared. I'd probably just dodge the race.
It's 12s out to 16s.
Yeah, but nothing's happened yet.
Yeah.
A name like Beers with Clint, though, I'm tipping the owners all love a punt, and it doesn't take much to set them off in a 2-year-old race, pre-post. But, yeah, so we're probably pretty much all on the same page here.
Just sort of another name you could call his next one.
Yeah.
Focus, Drew.
Moving on, 1600 metres, BM78, Caulfield Race 2, El Galayel. Is that how we say it? $2.50.
El Galayel.
Mantastic, $3.30. iBoogie, $10. Spanhead, $10. And... yeah, double figures the rest. So really short price favourite and really short price second favourite.
I thought Lord Durrani this time could cross and lead or go forward. It hasn't for a while, but it always does eventually.
And it always eventually gets one win and it's prepper that you're just not expecting.
I don't think this will be it, but don't get excited. It'll be forward. Lord Tennyson can get a nice spot. I'm not sure how positive they'll be with Imperial Augustus first up. Another bullseye is always thereabouts. I think our Galeo will be 3 back the fence. drawn 1, a bit scary. Worried where sort of horses like iBoogie and Dusty Jack get, and Mantastic. But I think it's a race where Algalao, without running super time, was really, really impressive at Sandown. It's a really nice horse. I don't want to touch it at the price, but I'm scared of it. I think the value here is the 7 Dusty Jack, which is pretty aptly named. Just don't know where it's going to get to, but $41, I don't really care. I'm happy to spec it at 41s. Its times are alright. If it gets some luck, I think it'll be hitting the line pretty hard. Lord Tennyson of the On Paces is the one that appeals to me, and I think Mantastic, if it drifts, you don't want to touch it because it's a weird horse, but it's up to this, big time.
Just a quick question. Your mate, another bullseye, last start was no chance because there was no speed in the race. It maps really well here. Do you think it's a chance?
Big time, just want to see out parades.
Yeah.
Only 2 possible chances. The internationals are clearly superior. If Mantastic drew 8 and Algaleo drew 6,
yeah, it's a different story.
They'd be $1.60 and $2.80.
Yeah, you got Liam Reardon, gate 1.
Yeah.
Nice this ass.
Here we go. I think that's Reserve Street hitting the lead. And we've got Richie Lamming running on. No, it's weakened. Down the outside's Maxi Compo, which I'm on. Come on.
Oh, Scotty will be happy with that. That's hitting the line either way.
Yeah, it's not. It's got. If Maxi Compo can win this, it'll buy us more VB tins. But Reserve Street's too far in front.
Is that us run?
That's 2 in a week for Reserve
Strike
Street,
Action
right?
always runs a hole on the
There's
synthetic.
a week and a half between runs.
Week and a half. Anyway, so that's a small negative, but we can get it back Saturday for me anyway. Righto, so these internationals are clearly superior. In my eyes, they're just...
Yeah, I know, but is it a bet at $2.20 with Liam Reardon on 1?
I think Mantastic should be shorter. I think
I agree.
Mantastic should be shorter, depending on the track. Liam Reardon drawing 1. He may be positive on this horse. If he's positive and sits 1 back the fence, well...
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not a... If,
1 back the fence, in run, bang. 2 or 3 back the fence, 4 back the fence.
Might still fold off and win. It's not a betting proposition. Clearly 2 chances for mine.
I thought you wouldn't mind the 9 Lord Tennyson for your man, Peter Chow.
Peter Chow, I think he's a local doctor in Warrnambool. He's a big fella for an Asian bloke. Like, they played a lot of footy in the Western
Have you
District.
seen sumos, mate? Come on now.
Oh, I mean they're tall. They're not little Asian blokes. You know, him and his brother were big fellas. Like, yeah, played a lot of footy in the Western District. But Lord Tennyson, I'm not a big rap for Luke Nolan. It was okay last start.
Me neither.
But these internationals, I think they might be... Mantastic's by Fastneck Rock out of a Galileo mare. So, I mean, how much would have that been worth if it went through the sales? And Sophony by Spectrum mare. Like, I think those just might be better animals.
Yeah.
Going through the grades.
Barcelona's form is good form as well.
Yeah.
Yep.
But they both just map a little bit tricky.
Yep.
Very.
But
Race 3, Drizzy.
2,000 metres open handicap. Masculino $3.60, Be Tempted $5, Under Oath $10, Big Bad Baz $10, and Flogger $11. Longer the rest.
I thought, I think my map's been split off here. Under Oath and Jetta a header lead. Mascalano sort of cast, needs to make a decision, does he go forward or snick? Barella sees no limit, high dude forward. Be Attempted, nice spot, rails, I reckon they can find it almost. Depending how hard they push up on Big Bad Baz and Amarissa. I think of the horses in the market, Be Attempted ticks the most boxes for me. Had the run at 2,000. Maps really well. The only concerns the jockey at 480. But Coleman 3, Paddy Payne, tick tick.
That stable's flying at the moment.
Yeah. Free to Fly, I think's value at $7.58.
Where's it get to in the run for you though? That's the real issue, isn't it? I think you've got it at the back, near the top right.
Oh, does that mean it's scratched?
I think you're more saying that it's going to have to go back from the wide barrier.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, Be Attempted is the one I'm keenish on, but I'm not really keen at all to bet in the race. I'll just wait and pen them from the yard here, and I think we can bet. It's a pretty weak race.
Yeah, it's a tough race. It's not one that I'd be heavily wanting to bet into. When I first ran my eyes over the field, Be Attempted was the one I marked out too. I've got to be careful potting these. Nathan Punch isn't quite there yet. If he works hard, etc., he may, get there in the end. But I suppose you throw him in the deep end, see if they swim. It's only got 54 kilos. If it had a
down to 51 as well.
Yeah, but I'd rather a professional like a senior jockey on, especially on these younger horses. Like the senior jockeys are usually a little bit stronger, but Be Attempted was one that caught my eye. But then again, there's geldings in the race. Yeah,
2,000 metre 3-year-old race, very very tactical.
Yeah, Free Fly 2 would be, but it's got barrier 15. Yeah, it's a bad race for mine. Bit of a query is this flogger.
Yeah.
Frankie Stockdale. It's got Lachlan King. Lachlan King actually probably rides.
I've got a lot of time for him.
He's good out of the 3 kilo claiming apprentices. So, it's a high shot by a Danehill mare. But yeah, it's not a race I'd want to lead, or I want me bloke looking at the horses to get it right, one or the other.
anything juicy or race 4?
Oh, straight on. 1,100 metres, open handicap.
3-year-old fillies.
3-year-olds, yep.
3-year-old fillies.
Summer Sham $3.30, Josephine C $5, Durasa $6, Typhoon Ruby 13, Soul Star 13s, and along with the rest, there were quite a few in short double figures.
Madam Duckworth looks to have a bit of speed, can get out and get across. Summer Sham kicks up, holds a good spot. I think they'll go real quick here. Blondie forward, Pure Emotion, Typhoon Ruby, Sugar Baby, all sort of forward. I think Durasa will have to go back, or sort of be snipped or really used up. It's just drawn too wide. I don't know where to steer anyone here.
Okay,
It's just a big yard race. Like Summer Sham could shit in, but it could also.
Yeah, this is a race I want to be working on as a bookmaker.
Yeah, exactly.
Summer Sham's clearly got the speed. It maps well. It's got a lot of positives, but sometimes you can get a sense for these that it hasn't been backed off the map. It's not $3 into $2.40 or something like that. So it could touch $4, and if you get that lead that it's maybe not quite there, I might be able to load at $3.50 on the way out, and happy to take it on.
When was the last time you seen a Danny O'Brien one absolutely plunge though at that price? Like I remember D. Oliver going on 2 or 3 of his runners, right, especially at Caulfield, first up, and they've run out of their skin and won quite well, and they haven't been backed. So I think for him, it's one of those yards that I don't see them massively plunge.
I reckon bookies opening pretty safe.
They do, yeah.
It's already pretty sure.
But it's still got a lead and win, which is a positive. But on best form, Blondie is massive overs with Damien Oliver aboard. It won that good race at Mooney Valley, but it has run shite since. But I will not be giving Blondie at $26. Another horse here is Lady Magnus of Chris Calthorpe's. It has got ability. It's played up in the barriers. It's got a bit of a motor. It's another one at odds. So basically, I'll try and put them all in round and keep 3 and 6. If 3 and 6 hit the line, well, there's me money to go to the boat show on Sunday. Melbourne Boat Show's on this weekend. I'm a little bit excited about it all. I'll get down there Sunday and I can go from the boat show to the casino to the boat show to the casino. I think the missus is at work too, so it's just a massive win.
Just an interesting one. I've just looked up Danny O'Brien for you. ROI, first up, last 12 months, 6% negative ROI for first up, but second up, negative 25%. So you kind of are beating, on his runners, you're beating the market first up rather than second up.
Oh yeah, but who really gives a shit about...
Horse doesn't know what's in his group.
I don't give a fuck about that. Oh, sorry.
I don't give a fuck about it either, Drew.
He's beating SP by 14% the last 3 weeks.
I don't give a fuck about that either.
Well, I care about that. That means he's like, actually, he might be there. He's not
Right,
like over in Europe with his
victims.
missus or something like this time last year. Race 5, Druzy.
BM90 over the 1,200 metres. Relito $3.10. Mamselle Test $7. Just Highfalutin $7. Jennifer Lynn $7. Moonlover $11. Long to the rest.
Okay, Sullivan Bay, Typhoon Jolie lead, Appalachian Annie forward, Run Gypsy Run, nice spot, Mystified, nice spot, Just Highfalutin in behind them, Hear the Chant, Mamselle Test, Special Diva, potentially Cast, Jennifer Lynn, okay. I think if Hear the Chant, Special Diva or Mamselle Test push on and put in some, like make this a genuine tempo, Riolito should be 220. It's got lengths on these. It was huge at the Valley. It's borderline moral, but it just like, you can't declare a horse that needs to run on like this.
I'm in the same boat. Just Highfalutin's got a bit of a motor as well first up.
And it's I was just going to say, it's the one that gets the nice spot.
Yep. Mansell Test is very honest. It could sit, one out, one back, or give or take. Stevie Baster on. Stevie Baster's generally pretty positive when he rides too, I find. They're the ones I'm with, Just Highfalutin, Mansell Test, and Riolito. Once again, if it drew 6 or 7 Riolito and just sort of bends out around the corner a little bit, you'd want to be with it.
And Craig's on, which scares the shit out of me.
It's a solid mares race. Run Gypsy Run will go near the top. Bellaria will improve. Also, the thing of Weirs, but I think this Enver Jucevic, he's not a bad trainer. If you want to look up ROIs, I think he'd be all right too, and they can plunge a couple. So he could be back, but you're right. There might be a different. This Rolito might be a different class, and if it gets a right run, it can definitely win. So
just depends what Craig does. Like, does he
go for the championship?
Does he sort of like ride for luck, or does he just smoke it, move early, blend into it, put the horse like. Make the horse sort of work for it the last 100 metres, not chase the last 100. So get there with 100 to go.
I think you'll be doing like a Mooney Valley run in terms of
final
200.
Which one?
Final 200 sprint and home.
Yeah.
Do you want a beer, Dicko?
No thanks.
The one I would just point out. The one I point out I think is big odds is Sullivan Bay. On its best runs, it'll be right in this, and it's bloody. You're going to get 50s on the day. If you find it from the yard.
On its best runs, like that was 2 preps ago,
But they haven't ran the horse faster than 1 length above benchmark. Its best runs have been 4 or 5 above early.
I don't think it's come up this prep.
It would be interesting if you find it in the yard.
We have found it in the yard, that's the problem.
I think it's just not been ridden the way that best suits the horse.
I think Just Highfalutin, Moon Lover, they're the other. I'm happy to pen Mamselle Test, like Leon Corson's, Troy Corson's.
It's an awkward map for it.
That sort of price. Just like I'm keen to go heavy, Riolito, provided the track's sort of fair, and definitely chop something or win a little bit on Just Highfalutin.
If the money's there or it's in the yard, Just Highfalutin being first up.
Yeah. Either way, I'll probably have. If I go before their parade, I'd definitely be chopping it. Druzy?
Just one question. What do you guys think of Ridden Era? I know at its best it's a good horse, but I'm not sure it's come up as well as prep just to measure up here.
Wants a wet track, I think, Drew. Wants a bottomless track, suits it more than anything. So
I'm not a fan.
Cool. Race 6, 1800 metres, open handicap. This looks a really good race. My Nordic Hero, $3.70. 60s Groove, $6.50. Trap for Fools, $7.50. Jaminza, $8. Pakadali's $9.50. Quick Defence, $9.50. Hersley, $11. And longer the rest. Quite a few good runners after that as well. Tall Ship coming back from an injury.
I think on Piccolo will lead. Trap for Fools forward. Bold Sniper box seat. Masters Effort 1 off, 1 back. My Nordic Hero 3 back defence, run of the race. I reckon Hersley will be sort of next in line, drawn 6. They're normally a bit more positive, while the horses from the inside draws. 60s Groove, then sort of Quick Defence. I don't know where Montauk lands or Jaminza lands. One of them might get sent forward to create tempo for the other ones.
They've wanted to be more forward lately with Jaminza, the last 2 starts, so I wouldn't be surprised if they.
Like it's dead set like Weir versus Waller here.
Yeah.
And I reckon Waller might actually get it.
Yeah, your maps have actually given me a little bit more confidence in terms of.
Well, you've seen how I'm travelling now. I'll probably readjust them slightly.
Look, I'm a bit. Michael Walker is just so underrated.
Tripod.
Yeah, well, There's a few of them around, but he's just so like those front running horses. He just seems to shake the reins and they kick.
He gave his thing the perfect ride last start, but it could get it again.
That's what it maps the best in the barrier too. The inside and the on pace suits. Like it's right in the market. The horse that hasn't been mentioned is Pakadali. It's got obvious class.
We backed that at Swan Hill.
It trialled at Swan Hill. It trialled at Werribee. It's gone to Swan Hill on a.
Remember we backed it. Whatever price and it went off.
Oh, was that the one? Yeah,
I think it went off. That was the day of the cow.
No. I was on Grand Dreamer heavy in that race. Oh, we bet. I can't remember. Grand Dreamer. Basically, that track at Swan Hill, as the old man put it, was a cow pat field. What did he say?
Stop saying cow.
What did he say? Cow pat. We hit a steer, mate. It was a Murray Grey cross. I've worked out. Murray Greys are a grey animal. Murray Grey cross Angus. It was just like the perfect colour to get smashed by a Mondeo. Right? You couldn't see the bastard. Anyway, Pakadali is the one. It's got the Chop King Jr. on as well. Like
rode a few winners. 2 winners yesterday or one?
We hit a few.
Either way, it's getting interviewed.
It's about $10. If it's a fair track each way, it would be fine. My Nordic Hero is definitely in the race. 60s Groove wasn't mentioned. Being an international horse,
I think 650 is about its mark. It's written this.
I think it's a little bit short, but it's in the race. And Master Zephyr hit the line hard held in a trial at Chichura. It's not the worst from a nice draw, and you've actually mapped
DK, Jai.
You've mapped it closer than I had it mapped, but it's not the one at the roughie I'd be giving him. But if this track plays fair, I'd be happy to have something each way in Pakadali.
I think it's a race like. I reckon the roughie in the race is Montauk. But I couldn't pen any horse in the race.
I think you're saying Montauk's a rough in the race because I'm viewing these benchmarks, and at its best runs, its benchmarks are better than the rest. But can't we?
Yeah, not suited.
Yeah, it's by more than the ready. They're usually sprinters. 1800 be two. No, I actually shouldn't say it's 1 over 2,000. But
yeah,
no.
I think there's no horse here I want to pen. If it's on pace, on Piccolo, scary. Well,
cannot run 1800 metres down a well. That's another one of the old things.
Pace.
Yeah, but it's 1800 metres. It can't run 1800 metres.
Its best run in the past has been over 1800.
It's never won over 1800.
So its best run in
best
terms of PB.
Yeah, but it's never won over 1800. You can shove those benchmarks right up your...
No, they're good.
Good for what?
Winning money on the punch.
Do you know what the benchmarks
Creating
are
a
good
market,
for?
forming a market.
And that market is the same market that the plastics put up. When you do the replays, you use the benchmarks as an overview, not as your main port of call.
I use the replays as an overview to the benchmarks. It's an opinion game, isn't it?
But when you get those replays, like all the plastics just go off these benchmarks and ratings and the actuaries and boffins in the office. When they don't pick something up on the replays is when you smash them. Smash the fuckers. Like fucking hard.
Yeah, the plastics go off the smarts. That's what the plastics go off. The plastics go off the smarts. They don't go off the benchmarks.
Yeah, but the first market they put up's off the benchmarks.
So they're going off the benchmarks because the smarts are going off the benchmarks? Is that what you're saying?
No, not all the... Look, the big fat ones are when they put up $26 a no-name trainer, which has run 5th of 8 and ran completely up arseholes in a maiden or something. That's when you really, life's fat.
Yeah.
I'd just say I think Track for Fools is a really damn good horse. I think it's going to improve stacks this run in, and it just maps for me on speed in a race, which I don't think they're going to go overly hard. I don't think Umbacala's going to be pushing it massively. It's
but you've got to understand that while she just hard pens, just completely pen jobs any McLean horse.
I've got a question for you, or for the greater audience. Feel free to answer. This horse has won 10 races in Perth. Has Darren Weir given it to Jared McLean? Or is the horse injured and Jared McLean's got it to get it right in the magical waters of Warrnambool? If Darren Weir's
Pete might be able to answer that for us.
If Darren Weir's given Jared McLean the horse just to give him a bit of a leg up, it may have a chance. If the horse is injured and they're sent it to Jared McLean, it's got no hope. So, but we don't know because we're not in with the stables.
Yeah, look, I'd say it's an interesting one when you think about it in terms of a horse like Trap for Fools. Is it going to go on and be like a Caulfield Cup and a Melbourne Cup?
Jesus,
I don't
true.
No, I'm saying I don't think so.
So
Weir's not going to give away a Caulfield, like a tall ship kind of horse, right? Who had the potential and has the potential in its best runs to be that type of thing. if it's not injured. But for that type of horse, Trap for Fools, I think this is its grade, and these off-season meetings is where it should be targeted.
Yeah,
So,
the other horse to
But
mention
it would be interesting
is-
to know if it was sent to Jared
definitely.
McLean or if it was sent to Weir and we said, yeah, too much work, here you go, Jared, take this.
The other horse to mention is Quick Defence, who I've backed relentlessly.
Yeah.
We'll bob up and win one. Which the point, I think the summary of that is it's a fucking hard race.
yeah. I think it'll be really good from the yard from you on Quick Defence because, yeah.
It's my type of horse.
Yeah, you'll find if it was...
Righto, race 7, 400 metres, open handicap, 3-year-olds. Prices, Drizzy.
You beat me to it. Usain Bowler, $4.20. Street Chic, $6. Grey Worm, $9. Reserve Street, I will assume, will be scratched because it's just one right there, but it's $9. Captain Harry, $9. Elite Drake, $12. And yeah, along with the rest, quite a few. There's like 6 or 7 from the $12 to $15 range. So this is a very thin market, so to speak.
Walshy, do you want to
Compact.
kick us away or do you want me to?
Oh, do you want to do the maps?
Yeah, I thought Grey Worm would lead Mistrust.
It's scratched at Running Pakenham.
Yeah, also Zoo York or even Streets of Avalon will get across. Lord Sundowner there. Our Passing can be forward. Elite Drake, 3-back fence. Then sort of Captain Harry. I'm not sure where Street Chic will land. I think it's the value. Usain Bolt is obviously a horse I've got a lot of time for, but it's one thing taking it at $10 and now taking $4.40. It does get Ollie on, but Street Chic, 400 metres, 3 kilos. Just the 3 kilos on this map scares the shit out of me. Smooth Landing will bob up one day and ruin me. But I'll be looking to work around Usain Bowler and Street Chic. I think by race 7, Damien Oliver, what's he drawn? Drawn 7. You're going to be in the best part of the...
I marked Usain Bowler on top.
Yeah, same.
I know the stable had a really big opinion of the horse early. Like we
backed it at
backed
fucking
it
Pakenham or Cranbourne or whatever, and it...
went shit, and then it's come out and won at Moonee Valley. Mickey D rides alright, but Damien Oliver on, it's a plus. It's drawn perfectly. He can sit.
I would say it's not a gigantic plus.
No, but the
Mickey
barrier,
D's flying.
the barrier and the map, it sits. It gets a right run the race if it chooses to.
And the way it's sort of like, it was gone on the corner at Moonee Valley, like it was done.
Mm-hmm.
It was all over. The other thing traded $1.05 or something,
And a kick.
and it fought.
Yeah, one. It
Like,
tried.
Those horses that try and chase a line, you want to be with.
Mind you, it's so you think he had a Redoubt's choice as well. I've talked about breeding, like not breeding, but
Oh, it's a cracking type too. Like,
yeah.
it's
But I think it would be a safe each way bet in this race. El Passam is the one that can improve a lot. It was okay last start down and straight. It's got a couple of runs here, like 2 lengths off Catchy, which is good enough to win this. And then sat close enough in the Caulfield Guineas. Like, it could come out, it could improve 6 or 7 lengths and just brain them as well.
and he's flying, Kenny Keys.
Well, yeah, so there you go. So it may be maybe a horse that really comes into contention.
I marked it $9.
When I was watching the replays, not the benchmarks, Streets of Avalon was not far off Usain Bowler, but it's had 16 starts for 1 win, and I believe it got beaten at Great Western or Evoca or one of those. It just does my head in when I went to these non-tabs and was on it and it got beaten. It comes and runs in these. It just would cheer it. One of those like really poor joints. Like not. It was in a poor field.
Were you wearing your like day 3 bull kit too? With these country meets?
Day 3 bull kit. What do you mean? by that?
Day 3 Swan Hill kit.
What's that?
Your funny pants, the funny man pants.
No, not the funny. No, I just had my standard attire on. Regardless of my attire, the horse didn't look at me. And Street Chic, yes, we know it didn't handle the track that well. Swan Hill was in the wrong going, but once again, I'm just end punch. Good luck to him. Hope he tries hard, trains hard, but he's not quite up to it as yet. So I think 3 and 4 are the ones I'll be working around in this race.
Drizzy, anything?
I think you guys maybe missed one in Snitzerpeg. It's 2 months into its prep. It's had a trial between its last start run. It's finally up to 1400. When it went to 1400 last prep, it won a listed race at Flemington really well and improved about 8 lengths. Now, it did go from Ethan Brown that day to Yendel, so that's my only query with Ethan Brown being on board, if they're waiting to the switch next step. But it'll win in its next few runs.
I wouldn't say we missed it. It's time to give everything away. I've marked it $12.
Did you think there's a big difference between Ethan Brown and Yendall?
I do. I want ethanol.
That's what I was going to say.
Fucking hell, by a mile.
But I would say there are some switches that these stables do that show intent.
Because Ethan Brown is not yet strong enough to like. We've got a superstar sprinter running up the straight here. You're on a horse that hit the line harder than any horse at the whole meeting. Ran home best 8, 6, 2 and 4. But Yendall, I just want you to hold on as fast as you can. I don't care if the horse wants to headbutt you in the head down the straight. Just hold on and ruin its chances so that you don't dare take on Nature Strip. Understand what's happening here today. If you take on Nature Strip, you won't ride for me anymore.
So yeah, what you're saying is, I thought you were saying that Yendall was a positive to Ethan Brown. I'm with Ethan Brown over Yendall.
Yeah,
maybe he doesn't watch.
I'm more saying that it depends.
I think
just
they're
last
both
time.
good. They're both good, but Brown has great balance.
Yendall cost us a fortune when I was sending you those. You know, there's 2 of them. He missed the run at Geelong twice. It cost me money, and I was distressed.
I think Yendall's quite good.
Yeah, but Ethan Brown's up and comer, going good. But yeah, Drew, I don't disagree with you. And Braun, once again,
We're kind of all agreeing, aren't we?
Yeah, there's a bit of money for it.
I think it's the type of horse that if it's 15s now, if it's into 9s or 10s on the day, I'm actually more wanting to get involved with. There's been the stable support for it.
Yeah,
look,
not
just to summarise my position, I'm keen. Usain Bolt is the most likely winning chance.
Agreed.
I think Street Chic has a lot of scope to really bounce back off Swan Hill. Snitzerpeg and Al Passam are the 2 that aren't in the market that I think can run good races. Race 8, Drew.
1400 metres, BM 84. Malaise.
Mayonnaise.
You are a bit lazy.
$3.
He's dropped his mic. Where's your mic? You got it on? Yeah,
That's here. 370.
Up through the shirt.
So poised 460.
You have to go through your fly, you girl.
Mr. Individual 550.
No one's gonna use
Multi-Zan
that again
$9. Speaking of which, Wiener 950. Ribeye $10.
Wiener win for us at Sandown last start.
It's called winner.
I believe so. Yeah, it's Kenny Keys.
Ballet Master loomed up, looked the moral, and didn't get over the line. We backed them both. But Ballet Master is
$26.
yeah, that's right. Yeah. Fuck, that was
Don't
torture.
remind me. And I'll just go a bit wider because I like one, as you know. Divine Mistrati $12 and top me up $15 with your mate Urban Ruler $17. But it keeps on going this race. There's quite a few down the bottom.
All right, top me up should lead. Wiener forward, Riverway box seat. I think Mr. Individual will be forward from 8, but I'm not 100%. So Poised gets a lovely spot. Malaise 3 or 4 back fence. Urban Ruler potentially cast. The rest further back. I don't know where Dane Thunder gets, but fuck, it was big at Moonee Valley. It was enormous. It could not win the way the track was playing, and it fucking hit the line hard. It's definitely going to be, at worst, a chop for me here. Yeah, it's race 8. I want to see what the track's doing.
Yeah.
See how it parades. I think we sort of had in the numbers.
I think number 4.
Everything's a blur, but I think we did.
Yeah.
So it's a horse we've got a reasonable gauge on. Love the way it hit the line. Wiener, we backed it last start.
Righto. Well, let's look at something. Let's take something into consideration. Nature Strip was with Darren Weir for 50 days.
Yeah.
And how much did it improve?
Yeah.
Okay, he's got one in here called Mr. Individual, which
was spruiked like it was.
I don't know if it was spruiked. I half looked at that ride and thought it might have been snicked. If you watch that ride again, because I was absolutely spewing, because I managed to find it at the top of the market, if you remember it.
Yeah, you're on about for 2 or 3 days.
And I'm like, this is going to shorten. And then Rick McIntosh said, this horse is absolutely gone, or whatever he said, you know. And then
he hit the line up the inside.
Hit the line up the inside, untouched. Another great Bradwell Wheeler ride. It was really spruiked as a 3-year-old, as being a group winning the Caulfield Guineas and all this sort of stuff. If they spruiked it as a 3-year-old like that, Darren Weir's worked with it and given it the magic touch, as they say, it could just win this easily. Mayonnaise was good. Mayonnaise. Malaise. It was good on Witchy Turf, and it probably could have beaten Witchy Turf. It was held up in the run, but I just that Weir, being with Weir a little bit longer, and that Spruik, I'm really happy to be with Mr. individual here. It might get the right run at that time of the day. So Poised was
It's a tough race. It's So Poised 24s into $4 or something. It went up 24s.
Yeah, did you...
Richie little special. Wasn't on the owner up there.
Yeah, I don't think that... I don't think it had the best run in transit last start at Moonee Valley. And I did find Dane Thunder from the replays, also.
Visually impressive.
But another one here, Sentinel's. It's a Bendigo Guineas winner. It'll go around 100 to 1. You should be having something small in
So
it.
we're kind of saying this race is really tough.
I'm happy to back Mr. Individual each way. I reckon Mr. Individual each way at $6 or $7 is great. I cannot. It'll get a place and you get your money back. It could absolutely come out and brain them. The amount of improvement that could be in this horse with. I mean, Courtson's. I think Liam Courtson's a good trainer, but Weir's got something else which everyone's known for.
Yeah. Now what you're saying is, if you've got a nice horse, and Troy Corson's is $50 a day, and Darren was 100, where are you going?
Yeah, well, that's probably it. But Troy Corson's good.
Most of them are pretty competent, and they're not questioning him as blokes at all.
Yeah.
Saying if it's your horse, where are you going? You're going to Weir because he wins.
Well, he's just got something extra.
Something.
Yeah. Well, that's it. He improves horses off Waller, so there's something there. So yeah, no, I'm with that, and Malay's is probably the best horse on even playing field, but it's not an even playing field. The races.
He did improve Nature Strip lengths, but he also had the other horse in the race that he just took out of the race,
which I backed and got beaten by a nose by the 100 to 1 shot at Swan Hill as well.
So if Nature Strip was still with Sadler and it's the same race, and he got taken on the whole way by Dussemus.
No, agreed, but
different race.
Well, your benchmarks had it rated at through the roof. Anyway, I'm speaking through my kick, but I was with Nature Strip. He did improve it, and I think this individual will improve lengths.
Righto, race 9, 1200 metres, benchmark 84 to finish us off.
So it's just a bit busy looking at SETI. I have to agree that it's a blowout chance.
Yeah.
You've got Kennedy $3.70. You've got Ashwell $7. Wise Hero $7. Call Me Handsome $7.50. Princeton Spirit $7.50. Chak, which is that $7.50.
Chatter Chuck.
It's a pretty hard one. And Highland Beat $13. Sorry, and that was a 1200 metre BM84.
I'll keep this short and sweet. If Princeton Spirit parades as it did last start, I will fucking unload each way. I'm very, very happy to. $7.50 is a joke. The horse was real tough last start and it wasn't happy in the ground. It'll get back onto firmer ground. I think it suits it. There's a bunch here that can win, but $7.58, it should be $4. Kennedy scares me a little bit because it's gelded mainly.
Can we just get on the show, get on before the show starts? I know
Well,
there's a Mountain Yard text service that goes out, and I've just seen, it's great. I had a couple of beers this afternoon, nearing the end of financial year. The last couple of weeks have been absolutely flat out. But if anyone needs finance, just give me a ring. That's easy. But you get a couple of texts through, and you're like, oh yeah, that makes sense. That fits in with the stuff I do in terms of basically if Dicko sends me something and it fits the trainers and the jockeys that I like backing, I'm like, yeah, right, I'm going to be on here. There was one the other day. I'm like, oh yeah, text come through. I'm like, I'll just quickly finish this, finish that, and it might have been 3 minutes after I got the text, and the price had gone. So don't know if that $7.50 will be there when we go to air.
Let's try and get a little bit on.
That could have been Magic Console.
No, there's been a heap of them over.
Well, we sent Magic Console. I swear, I took $7.50 before I went to the ring, so it locked it on form. Sent it, I swear it was $6. What do you reckon? $5.50.
It started at $4.40 or something.
Sat down and start getting ready to bed, and you could just see it.
Yeah, but I'm at Princeton Spirit, and there's a big rap out of the Cranbourne area for this horse. I've got no idea who the trainer is. Bo Merton rides good. Princeton Spirit, yeah, definitely in the race. Got the Goss was good enough at Swan Hill. Once again, it'll probably want a bit of a run on, but it will be improving. It's near 20 to 1. If you wanted to back, if everything falls into place and the stars align, you could back Princeton Spirit the win and got the Goss as a saver, or Princeton Spirit each way and got the Goss as a saver.
I thought the others that were overs were Sharing.
Yes, agree. Barrier 1 that time of the day.
Yeah, it just sucks up.
And going to be midfield.
Highland Beat is slightly overs, I thought. I'm against Wise Hero, so I have backed it a few times, so it might just bob up and fuck me in the ass just right in the last race.
I'm against Kennedy as favourite.
Ashlaw, it'll win soon enough. Yeah, I'm scared Kennedy. I just want to see it parade, find out a little bit more about it. Like, do we know if it's had a Sydney prep or a Melbourne prep? I couldn't find that out.
A trial in Sydney. It's going the wrong way the first time.
No, that scares me though. The Godolphin horse is coming from Sydney. I've got a lot more respect for than a Godolphin horse based in Melbourne.
It's won 2 races. It's an exceeding excel by what. I'm happy to take it on at the price. It's $3.60 or $3.70 at the time of filming. Like pot.
Okay.
What do you think of sharing?
Yeah, we just said. Yep. Roll with
Just
it.
go.
Okay.
Come on, mate. You've got to be paying attention.
Anyone ask us any questions this week?
No, I didn't put it out there.
Anyone see my tweet? Or was, minding my own business, looking at the newspaper. The biggest consumption of craft beer in Australian supermarkets is in Marricksville.
I thought you were going to say
Marrickville.
Oh, Marrickville, right? Apparently that's an inner western Sydney suburb with a high percentage of,
You're wearing a fleece, cat
of
and
LBGT sandwich people. And Dicko's from there, so I thought I'd bring some BB tins in today just to tell him what, craft beer's like.
Mate,
and he refused to drink them.
Oh, I'm not well.
Of course he's
recovering
not
from
fucking well.
Perth.
too much craft beer.
Too much craft beer.
It wasn't enough craft beer over there. It's on a budget.
So you're going to be on track bookmaking on Saturday at Caulfield?
Yeah, be upstairs. Interstate bookmakers away, so...
Couple of rolls over for the punters.
Yeah, if they identify as supporters and viewers of the show, we can always do something. As long as they're not getting the set because of the set. Because the set are usually a couple of rolls under. So it's,
What about at Swan Hill? What was that horse and Whitey came in, he found in the yard too, and it was like 12s everywhere.
Oh, the horse of Weirs at the trial belt.
And it won.
Yeah.
And he looked over at your boy, you were 7s.
It was 50. I think we could touch 20 to 1, yeah. But his response was, found in the yard, you're completely unders, thanks for the tip. Well, yeah, no worries, mate. Anyway, but that happens more at the country than the city.
Alright, let's hope it's a fat weekend. We've got Mounting Up Mail from Caulfield, Belmont and Rose Hill. And the Case-Bet Cup, Drew, pick a race quickly.
I believe we're going to do race 6 at Caulfield, so I'll have the field for you boys now. So I imagine you'll be Packardali.
Yeah, I'll go pack it. And you've got to go trap for fools, don't you?
Am I allowed to? I think it's maybe single figures now. I'm not sure.
Yeah, you can have it at
Okay.
8s.
Cool.
I'll take Quick Defence. Perfect. For a bit of mental health if it wins.
Yeah.
Because I won't be on it. Oh,
You don't
I will
open
be on
slabs
it.
to the cause anyway, mate. You won't be drinking it anyway. You'll send it to your mate. The fellow who's.
he just bought himself a new car, right? With all the money.
Grouse.
Like with all the hand
We can hock it and
drives
hunt it.
itself, it doesn't, Alright guys, thanks for watching. Have a great weekend. Catch
Thanks,
up.
All the best.